Hey, my name is Chuck Hansen. I'm going to be part of your team here this evening, but you didn't come to hear me speak. You came here to listen to our CEO, Rick Cotton, and to meet with Eric Z., one of the masterminds behind Helium Track. And boy, we've got a plate full for you guys here this evening. So, or this morning, wherever you happen to be joining us from. And there's people here from all over the world. So, and we applaud you for taking your time and dedicating this little bit of time to us, your business, and what's going on with iHub Global. So, with that, let me introduce you to my good friend who hails from Vero Beach, Florida. Somebody that I've known for over 25 years, and somebody that I think the world of, and couldn't have a better person, at the helm of iHub Global than Rick Cotton. So, Rick, why don't you come in and get this show started?
Hey, Chuck, thank you for that generous introduction. And that's always the most fun part, right? Listening to people from all over the world chime in. So we couldn't be more excited about the growth. Over 500,000 affiliates now, and it continues to grow. And you guys, you understand, the climate of helium, the supply chain issues in the world, and you guys are being patient with us. And we just want to say we appreciate it, but we are working our tails off behind the scenes at every level to secure every hotspot that we possibly can from every manufacturer, even talking to our own manufacturing plants now. So a lot is coming, guys. So we appreciate your patience. And as we get these miners, we just got a bunch on the floor today. We're excited to get them out there, guys. And as they open up countries, a lot of your countries aren't even open yet, but here you guys are pre-building and taking advantage of this. So, kudos to all you guys. We're very excited. And we are iHub Global. So we are coming, and we're extremely excited about it. So the cool thing about what we have here, guys, is we've given you the tools. You guys know our backstory. Chuck and I started with 6 units. Michael Stern introduced us to this crazy outfit, and we decided to build something, right? But first we wanted to test it. So about 8 months ago, we got our first 6 units, and we took them down to Vero Beach, and we built what we call a 6-pack. We took 6 of these units, we put them up, we studied the algorithms, and we tried to figure this thing out. There wasn't a lot of tools out there at the time, and we put them in, we got them all plugged in. We did something similar up in Chuck's hometown of Wilmington, and gosh, these things started to produce a lot of coin, right, Chuck? We got pretty excited about it. And, we were doing 400, 600 coins a month in these things. And so we said, listen, and I approached Chuck, I'll be honest with you, my background, I was a missionary for 10 years. I'm passionate about my nonprofit organization, Viva Kids, and I wanted to do a fundraising program. I really did. I said, this is a perfect thing for churches, and we can help change the world and this and that. And we're doing that every step of the way with each one of you guys. But, Chuck kind of said one day, listen, we've been doing this opportunity business for 30 years. We need to share this with the people that followed us all these years, right? Especially Chuck, because a lot of people have followed Chuck over the years. And so we decided to put together an affiliate program, but we built the whole thing off that model, that pilot in the field of 6 units. And you guys, as you learn the compensation model, you understand everything is driven off 1 + 5, which is 6. It's a 6-pack. And then we built the tools. Then we met Eric and his team, and we were sketching out our tools, and we were going to build a sophisticated system. And then we found Eric and his team, and we said, they're about to launch this thing. We said, wait a minute. You don't want to launch this thing. You want to talk to us. I jumped on a plane, flew out to Vegas, met these guys. The synergy was incredible. And we ended up acquiring not only the software, but more important, the people behind it. And you're going to hear from Eric Z tonight, and his partners are incredible. And what these guys have done in such short order since the day that we acquired that software, and what they've put together, because I come with a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, right? And the software is designed to track the hotspots. It didn't have the marketing stuff in there, the assessments and all that. And these guys put it together. I mean, they sketched it out and put it together, and I couldn't be happier on what they're building. And you guys are going to see more components of it tonight. And if you've looked at that orange map and seeing the planned hotspots around the globe that you guys are doing using the software, it's absolutely incredible. And my hat's off to every one of you guys. And again, it's a patient game. It's a little bit of a hurry up and wait, guys, because there's no inventory in the entire world, but we're gobbling it up. We're gobbling it up. And our goal is to plant millions and millions and millions of hotspots over the years to come, guys. So, but with that, I got a big announcement at the end. So you guys hang on. But I want to bring in Eric Z and just let him showcase what these guys have been doing and the new features that are going to be rolling out here in the next few days. So with that, Eric, I'm going to turn it over to you, partner.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, Rick, and welcome everybody. When Rick says that they are doing everything they can and that iHub is doing everything they can to get these hotspots out to you guys, I got to say, I don't know when Rick sleeps. I don't know when he has a chance to eat or any of that. And when it comes back to what he said as far as when we got together in the synergy, I got to say that and this is more of a personal thing I'm going to just share, there has been no more gratifying place that I've been able to utilize my skills, my team skills, and it's all for you guys. This opportunity is just so incredible. The gratitude that the community has for everything that we do, the fulfillment that we get as a team, as a company, as an organization, when it comes to delivering this stuff to you guys is just a bar none. It's an amazing feeling, and it makes us get up every day, early mornings, and get to the office and get this stuff crunching for you guys. So, I'm going to start out by talking about how amazing you guys have been doing. This explosive growth from all over the world, every single country, from all different walks of life. People are coming in here, growing and planning their networks, inviting people to iHub, seeing this incredible opportunity that we have presented to you guys. And so when it comes to executing all of this, and when it comes to marketing all of this, there's got to be a foundation for support, right? And we felt that stress. We felt that those growing pains because of how rapidly and explosively we are growing as a company, as a community. It's really hard to tackle. Things are changing. Like Rick always says, nothing like Helium has ever been done before. Nothing like iHub has ever been done before. And so when you take those two things and put them together, and you got a community of now over 500,000 people, it's really hard to tackle. So what we've done, we want to keep launching these really powerful marketing features for you guys. We want to keep giving you guys the tools to automate your businesses so that you guys aren't focused on training that next person. Replication here is everything, right? Being able to have someone come into iHub Global, use Helium Track in a streamlined, automated way where when they come in, they are delivered with the training that they need in order to understand what is going on. What is this opportunity about? What are the tools that we're delivering in order to help them achieve this, right? What is our goal here? It is to help Helium grow the people's network. And without the right foundation of a support system, all of this explosive growth can become very, very chaotic. And not only that, we can't confidently keep delivering those marketing tools to help you keep this growth factor going because the support side isn't there. So what we've done over the last month, kind of been working on this a lot more. I've spent more time on this probably than anything individually when it comes to Helium Track. And so what we have developed for you guys here is an entire foundation of a support center. And what does that mean? That means that we have taken the time to think about everything that you guys are doing and everything that you guys need. And not only that, what does your team need? What does your network need? The people that you are inviting to iHub Global, what is the resources that they are going to need from step one to all the way to success, right? And so we've sat down and we mapped that out. And with that said, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And this is what we're one of the things that we're announcing here today is our official new support center for iHub Global. It covers everything that you're going to want to need to know as far as getting started. And you know what? Let me jump in and just show you guys. I think that'll be a lot better. So let's do that. And I'd like Chuck and Rick and Michael, if there's any questions that you guys have that maybe I skipped over something or there might be something on your minds that would be important to share with the community, please stop me so that I can go ahead and explain that, all right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen here and let's dive in. Very excited. And this is a work in progress, guys. This is going to be a constant updating section here. So let me know if you guys can see my screen. You'll just see our dashboard on Helium Track. Got a thumbs up, John? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're good. All right, guys. So doesn't look like much right from the get-go, but I'm going to point you guys and we're going to make a bunch of call outs to this section. What I mean by that is as you use Helium Track, and you're using different features, we're going to make sure to cover all of those sections so that if someone needs help or there's a question in any area, it's going to direct you to our support center. So what you're going to notice right up here, this used to be a help menu, and it used to have a drop down where we had a couple options, and we never really was able to tackle all of the aspects that we need. So I'm going to click on our support center. I'm going to go over this just a little bit with you guys. And this is live right now. It's usable for you guys. It's publicly accessible. And so this is our what you can call kind of like a dashboard for our support center. And what you're seeing here is you'll see our menu of all the sections we have in the support center. We'll see some high level communication that is coming from the iHub global leadership team or support team. And so along with support, you know, one of the biggest and most important things is our ability to communicate with you guys, right? When there's something important that you need to know, you know, we send out emails and that's great. And, you know, by the time you get it, or maybe you missed it or whatever it is, you need to have a place to go back and see all of the updates and communications and important things that are happening within iHub Global, because as we discussed, we are changing, you know, we're adapting, we're evolving, and we're growing so fast. We need to be able to get clear, concise, good information over to you guys. And this is going to be that place. Okay. So anytime you have a question about something that might be going on within iHub Global, within Helium Track, whether it's an issue or a feature release, or maybe an important announcement, it will be here, because we put so much time and focus and effort into this section that there's no excuse not to relay information through here. Nothing's going to be floating around anywhere else. So you know that when you come here and you look under latest updates, you're going to see exactly the latest things. And you're going to see some new stuff in here that we haven't even yet announced. And I made sure to populate it in here. And we're going to go over some of this stuff. So we have a high level overview. All right. And so on the left side here, we have kind of just some widgets of going over what you're going to find it in these sections. And so let's just go ahead and talk about some of these sections a little bit here. So one really important thing that we did put together is we are overwhelmed when it comes to support tickets, right? There's a lot of people coming in, and the reason why is because they have not been delivered with the right training, right? We haven't taken the time to sit down and go through this, and it's not our fault because we are growing so quickly. However, so under the guidelines here, and this is really important, and so this is going to tell you guys, if you need help, this is going to tell you the best way to achieve that help, okay? It's going to tell you what to do if you have a general question or an issue. It's going to tell you what to do if you found a bug or an error, right? You're having some technical problem. What are the steps that you're going to need to take there? It's also going to tell you what not to do. And the reason why we got to emphasize this a little bit is because we have 24 hours in a day, and our job is to make sure that we utilize those 24 hours to deliver and to get things out to you guys as efficiently as possible. And when we're getting bogged down with support that are not using the right channels, it's taking away the time that we should be giving to the rest of the community and delivering those things. So this is really important, guys. Take the time, please. We've taken the time to deliver this training. We do expect you guys to take the time to just browse and read through it and make sure that you're clear on it, okay? And again, this isn't like here are your rules. This is how we can relay to you how to get the help you need, right? Okay, so now we're coming over to the news and updates section. And so you'll see that this is fully up to date with the launch of our support center, what exactly we're talking about right now, even before we had a chance to talk about it. And so when you come here, you know that you will see the latest information. What are we working on? What issues might have been resolved? What is the next thing that we're going to be launching? What it is our way to communicate to you guys, okay? So you're going to see some information there. One other update, I might as well share it with you guys now, and you're going to see it working, is that Helium Track, we have users from all over the world, and it's important that they're able to utilize our platforms and software and material in the languages that they need. And so we've taken the time to go ahead and deliver Helium Track, as well as everything that you use within Helium Track, in 9 different languages. And so I might as well show that to you guys right now. And so under your account drop-down menu, you're going to see a new language menu option here. And we will be adding more languages. Okay, these is just an initial list. We can add every major language in here. And so as an example, I'm reading this post right now, but guess what? If I speak Russian, well, I can go ahead and click on that. And now I'm reading this post in Russian and the rest of the site in Russian. So it's literally that easy to fully utilize Helium Track in any language, and it's fully functional. Every piece of language is translated and usable. So let's definitely go back to English so I can continue, but I'm happy to share that because, you know, there shouldn't be any limitations of who can use this and who can benefit from it. And so we try to be fair and make sure that it's fully usable by anyone and all over the world. We also just, I'll mention quickly, if here's the next upcoming languages that we plan on adding. If any of these are your languages, you can come in here and vote on it. So that's in your support center and under your news and updates. All right, guys, let's get to the really important stuff. This is all good. This is communication. This is guidelines. This is overview. But the real value here is in the training. And so we've taken the time to develop some training courses, and we're going to continue adding them. Okay, guys, there's a lot to add. And as we launch new features, we're going to make sure that when we launch them, they will have an associated training course that is organized with them. So let's talk about the most important training that anyone will ever will need, period. Across the board, there's no discussion about it. And it's getting started with iHub. And I really want to emphasize, guys, that this training course is, it's just recorded a couple days ago. So it is completely up to date with everything that you've been doing and using. And it's clear, it's concise. It is, you know, we've taken the time to try to answer as many questions and just be clear on every little bitty detail when getting started with iHub. And so let's go back before we jump in there. Okay, and I know I'm jumping around a bit, but it's real easy to get back to the support center. Again, it's right here. But that training that I just talked to you guys about, this getting started training, is what you're going to see right here. So watch video training, right? So it is the getting started training. When someone comes into Helium Track, right? If they signed up with iHub Global, whether it was, you know, through an assessment or whether it was via an affiliate link, we really stress that this getting started box is the place to start, right? This is what you need to do in order to start. Well, if you haven't reserved through an assessment, you need to reserve your hotspot and plan your network and send out mining assessments and other things as well. Upgrading to Helium Track Pro will allow you to send unlimited mining assessments, right? And we talk about this stuff in some of the videos. So over here, if you click that, that's going to go ahead and bring you to that getting started training, which is this right here, as we talked about. And this is what the training course looks like. And it's fully accessible on a mobile device, right? So if you don't have to be really worried about if someone is on their phone, what is that going to look like? Well, it's going to look great. Okay. They're going to be able to go through the trainings, and I'm going to just briefly talk about these trainings and why it's a little bit different from what we discussed initially, and why we, you know, and why we believe they'll be more beneficial to you guys. Now, coming back here, we've also taken the time to update these trainings. Okay. These are new videos, guys, here. There's new information here. So yes, we do want them to go through the training entirely. And there's a couple videos and pre-framed videos that people will help them understand. So, you know, as you guys are growing your business, it is your business, right? This is your network that you are building for yourself and for the people that you're bringing to iHub. Okay. And so you want to make sure that they understand what it is we're doing here. What are our goals here? And so if you stress to them to watch this video training, I guarantee you that you're going to have less and less and less questions from the people that you're bringing in. So this is your tool, guys. It's not for us. It is for us, but it's also for you. All right. So let's just look a little bit through this training. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. It's there for you guys. Take the time to watch it. We have an introduction to iHub Global. Okay. I don't know if everyone has seen this video, but it's a good overview. There's going to be a getting started video here of me, which will explain what are our goals here at iHub and what is this training about? What is the goal? You know, what is this training going to achieve? Okay. And then it's literally going to go through the steps of reserving the hotspot and planning the network. Now, the difference between what we had as far as training before, and I think it's important for you guys to know the difference, right? Because for those of you who have taken the time to understand the training materials that we have delivered in the past and what we have now, I think you guys might find this a lot more beneficial. And so the initial training that we had for planning a hotspot and sending virtual mining assessments was actually all in one big video, right? Because it's kind of a two-step process. For those of you who don't know, you'll watch the trainings, but you plan a hotspot and that runs through the intelligence. and then you send a virtual mining assessment. And planning a hotspot is the initial step of inviting someone to iHub Global, right? And sending a virtual mining assessment to someone with an eligible location is a really good marketing tool to reach out to that person via SMS or email. And it's going to let that person know what is the earning potential of their address, of their location, if and when they were able to get a free hotspot deployment there, as well as the fact, more importantly, that their location is eligible, right? That it has passed our intelligence. So when we had this before, it was all one big video, and it was long, and it was hard to explain how these pieces work together. So we've been able to break this down where we have, so planning your hotspot, okay? And this is just focused on planning the hotspot. It shows you how to plan the hotspot, and it shows you, we go through a couple different examples in this case, and we show you how to go back and view your planned hotspots. And we never really had that training before. And in the next training, we have two parts to our mining assessments, okay? And I'm sharing this with you guys so that, again, you understand what is in here, and you should absolutely watch it, but the difference between what we had and what we have now. So this part one is going to show you the first way you can send a virtual mining assessment. So because for those of you who don't know, there are two ways you can send virtual mining assessments. You can do it immediately after planning a hotspot, or you can do it after planning a hotspot. Okay, some people, and I personally like this way, I go through and I plan a bunch of hotspots, and then I go to my planned hotspot section where I see my list of hotspots, and I can go down and send assessments. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. And I like that way. Some people just want to send them off right away. Okay. And so this first video is going to show you how to do it one way. The other video is going to show you how to do it the other way, right? You can see here's the send assessment reports. And so we really give you a full coverage view of how this all works. And these videos aren't very long, guys. This is a minute long. Okay. This is 10 minutes long. So please, I urge you to take the time, even if you're an advanced user, even if you sent out 100 mining assessments, go through it so that you know when you share this getting started training, that you can feel confident that that person you're bringing in should have no questions, okay? There's some level of expectation. And this way, you know, did they go through the training? Did they not go through the training? We also go through how to track and manage your virtual mining assessments, right? The goal of sending virtual mining assessments is to invite people to iHub Global, right? To get their hotspot reserved in the system and for them to build their networks and for you to benefit from that. So this is, it's really important to understand how to track the progress of all the virtual mining assessments that you've previously sent out, because I'm sure more often than not, coming in here, you're going to have some actions you need to take. There's some execution that's going to need to happen as far as following up with people, understanding where they are in this process. Did they do what they need to do, or do they need a kick in the butt? Okay, guys. So let's so that's that process. And then most importantly is this goes over, and so this goes over the hosting program, the affiliate model, and everything as well. So please make sure you take the time to watch that, guys. We did have a button here before where we went through that. Okay, I know that I'm getting in the weeds. I'll take it more high level, but I just really, it's so important, guys. I can't stress it enough. You can see how adamant about it I am, but let's go back to some of the other, just to look over what other trainings we have. All right, so we have using Helium Track app, which is detailed, understanding the network map and the dots, understanding what are all these things that we have going on in the app. And you can see how we've separated the process of a new user getting started, not to overwhelm them with all of these powerful features and functionality and analytics and intelligence that we deliver in this app. We separate that and allow you guys to learn, or allow them to learn on their own separately, because as they do plan their networks, they're going to want to understand more and more how this all works. And these trainings are going to teach them how to do that. It's going to explain everything, guys. And again, this is great training even for advanced users. I don't care if you're a pro user. I learned by making these videos, okay? We also have frequently asked questions. This is huge, guys. This is absolutely huge, because one thing that I do want to share is that, okay, so I'll just touch upon this a little bit, but one thing that's also very important, any of these, so the trainings and the frequently asked questions, you can link anyone Okay, so if you want to share a training video, you can, okay, you go to the training, you go to a specific course, right? And when you click on it, okay, so now we're looking at reserving a hotspot. Well, guess what, guys? If you copy this link, it will link the person right to this part of the training. It will bring them to the page as an example. So I'm going to copy and paste that link, and you'll see, look at that, it opened right up there. So if you are working with your network, the people that you're inviting, they have questions and you will just want to answer their question, you can just click on the training, okay, open it up, copy the link, and send it over to them, and it's going to bring them right to that video. So I just wanted to, before I forgot, to share that with you guys. And anyway, coming back to the frequently asked questions. So our ability to relay information is pretty much all through here. Okay, we have, this is also very, very important. Our most commonly asked questions. This is probably what people are asking the most within the community. So definitely share this with your downlines, share this with people who are interested, let them understand that process. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them. That's your job. I sat and wrote them all. Now you guys can read them. So anyway, let's move on. We have our live webinar section. So this is pretty cool. Normally this was found in your other back office. And so I want to kind of tell you guys where we're going with this, give you kind of a little bit of a heads up. Our goal is to transform this into your back office. So you'll see more and more, this is becoming less of just a software app that is, looks complex with graphs and charts and, figures and values, but more something that someone can come in here and really learn. They understand what's happening within iHub. We have a lot more sections to add in here. So anyway, I just kind of want to share that vision that there will be new sections in here, entire new sections that will feel and be more like a back office. And we want to centralize everything. We understand that we have the existing iHub back office and we have Helium track. Our goal is to centralize everything, and that's going to allow us to streamline our development. And it's going to allow us to continue delivering features in lightning speed, which we're going to come to some new features which are being launched, and this is really much more exciting than what I'm talking about now. Anyway, guys, you have your the live webinars. Anytime you want to register for a webinar, you can go to the support center, live webinars, click on a webinar, and you can register for it right here. We also have past live webinars here for you, to go through. No more digging around and stuff like that. We will have to get some of these through compliance, but we'll get there. So anyway, live webinars are here. Now, submitting a ticket, let's talk about this a little bit. So our support team is amazing. They are dealing with thousands of tickets a day, guys. Okay, and it's not because we have bad systems. It's not because we have problems. It is because we didn't have this in place. And so now that we do have this in place, we've developed a bit of a process to help guide the user to find information before relying on a person, on our support staff, who has a lot more work on their plate than just answering tickets. Okay, so instead of just submitting a ticket and relying on a person to answer their question, now that we have the information available, we have a bit of a process. So I just want to go through this quickly so that everyone's aware of it. Okay, before you submit a ticket, it's going to kind of guide you through a bit of a process. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, guys. This is accessible to you right now from this very moment. And so it's going to ask, firstly, did you guys read the support guidelines? Okay, this is like step number one. Do you know the proper way to get support? Okay, because it can be very overwhelming when the emails and texts and phone calls and all those things start rolling in all over the place. We want to help you. That is our goal here, to give you the training, to give you the tools, to get you to success. And we got to have a system, right? So with that said, it's going to ask you if you've read the support guidelines. You click yes, I've read it, or no, and it will take you to it. All right, let's actually go back and just kind of feel that process out a little bit. So if I click no, take me to it, it'll bring you to the support guidelines. Great, I went ahead, I've read them. Excellent. Did you watch our video training? Okay, we spent countless hours making this perfect for you guys. So let's make sure that we watch it. So if you didn't know, take me to it. It'll bring you to the video training to look through some of these things. One of my plans to very soon is I'm going to add a search feature right here. Okay, so you can search through our FAQ, our trainings, everything in this section will be searchable and let you find the information you're looking for quickly. That's very, very important, right? So anyway, did you watch the video training courses? Yes. Have you read through all the frequently asked questions? Yes. And then we go over those super high, those frequently asked questions that we are getting so many tickets on these questions, guys. Okay, so we're really doing our best to utilize our resources so that we can deliver more exciting things like marketing tools and new things to help you guys grow your business instead of sitting there answering questions that are available to the public now. Okay, so again, if you click on yes, where we're able to help you with your issue, it's going to close. And if you click no, it's going to send you to the ticket to submit a ticket. Now, we are building an entirely new ticket process. I'm just kind of going to put it out there. We probably will see that live early to mid next week. And that's going to help us out a lot more. Okay, guys. So that's submitting a ticket. And last but not least, we have here something that's actually very, very, very important. We've dealt with, with all of the scaling and all of the growth, we've dealt with a lot of, server and infrastructure issues and things that we had to, to deal with. We had those attempted hacks on our servers, which was, we were able to resolve everything fine. But anyway, we have here our uptime. So we are constantly monitoring our servers, okay? All of our infrastructure, we are checking every 60 seconds from 20 different countries, which means that the moment there's some issue or there's some downtime, we as a software team are notified right away so that we can resolve these issues, okay? And you have the opportunity to see that here as well, meaning that if you're experiencing an issue, what you want to do is go to your support center, go to your networks, to the network status, and see if you see any red arrows here, okay? And that's going to indicate whether there's something that's down, that is inaccessible, okay? So that's kind of it, guys. I don't want to spend too much more time on this topic. Rick, I'm going to throw it back to you for a second, and then I'm going to share some more exciting stuff, if that's all right. Maybe you want to cover something else.
Yeah, no, great job, Eric. And just again, hats off to you and your team for this incredible, the speed which you guys work is truly amazing. And, we're excited about it. So guys, get in there. Our leaders, you guys are here at this call, chiming in from all over the world, 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock here. I mean, get in there and dive in, really learn this stuff, guys, because this is where we're putting a lot of our equity, a lot of our sweat right into this thing. And believe me, you guys haven't seen anything yet. It's going to get better and better and better. So Thursday night is kind of the time we're going to update you guys more and more. So there's a lot more features coming, but this one I'm excited about, Eric. So
yeah, let's jump into it. And so the reason why I spent quite so much time on that, aside from the fact that it is very, very, very important, but the truth of the matter is I'm not super passionate about building out support and training, although it's necessary, and I'm happy to do it along with the rest of the support team. Everyone has put in a lot of time, a lot of effort into this. But I'm excited about building marketing tools to help you guys grow your business. That's what gets me up at early in the morning, right here at this desk. And so we are now shifting a little bit. Now that we have some foundation of support, we can get back to focusing on the stuff that's really going to help you guys. So with that said, we have been transferring over the entire registration process to Helium Track, which means that basically what this is going to allow us to do is launch all type of new things for you guys, like landing pages and advanced funnels and follow-up sequences and all types of marketing tools that are just going to be at your fingertips, right? Our goal is to give you replication, automation, streamline this process, give you high converting tools that make it easy for the next person to come in and find success. So one of the things that we will be launching, I believe, early next week, okay? And don't worry, we're going to talk about this on a webinar. You're going to see it in an email. And guess where else you're going to see it? I promise you this, it's going to be listed right here. So you can check back and look for our latest updates and announcements. And the moment that this tool is going to be available to you guys, it'll be posted here and you can read all about it. And that's exactly why I love this section. So anyway, we do have, let me see wherever it's at here. Here we go. we're going to be working on a ton of new landing pages for you guys. And so this is one of the ones that we have in the works, and it's pretty much done. And so really, you know, when you look at the existing, I know that that there were some initial landing pages that we had for iHub Global, and then the sign up page that we have now, but we really wanted to create something that is going to educate the person in a simple way, right? That is going to help you give them a page, give them this landing page, and hopefully if they've taken, you know, 3 to 4 minutes to go through it, okay, not even, that they're really going to understand what this opportunity is about, okay? And this is just one of many things that we are going to be able to deliver in lightning speed because of the fact that we've taken the time, we're migrating that process over to Helium Track. So the whole sign up process, okay, is going to be moved over. Now, I know what many people are thinking, let me squash it right now. And that is what happens with my existing funnels or links that are all out there. Don't worry. We are going to redirect them all to this new process. Okay. So we'll get there in a second, but I just want to put that out there that all of the marketing efforts that anyone has ever done with any existing links delivered by iHub Global will be taken into account to make sure that they are flowed into the newest, most advanced, high converting process that you can possibly need and want. Okay, so anyway, so we have this landing page. It tells them right off the bat, you know, that someone can start earning a passive cryptocurrency with Helium hotspot mining. It explains you can reserve a free iHub hotspot, and you can leverage iHub Global's dynamic affiliate hosting program to refer others. Okay, and it's going to tell them some basic steps on how to get started. And you're going to start to see now that we're finally, well, not finally, but we're getting congruency here, right? We're seeing that there's a process, that this is it. You know, this is the steps that people need to take. They're going to sign up to iHub Global, right? They got to register their iHub account. They got to follow that easy steps, right? Follow our easy step-by-step video training to help you get started with iHub Global. That's exactly the training that I talked about, right? That we looked over. This is, you know, we tell them up front, there's going to be some easy training to go through. They're going to reserve their free hotspot deployment, right? And there's validation required, right? We want to let them know that, and maybe there's a better way to relay that, but you know, we want to be transparent. We want to let people know that there's a bit of a process. Not everyone is going to be eligible to receive a minor, right? And we also want to kind of mention that, you know, we have there, they could be, it could take some time to receive their minor, right? A lot of people reaching out to us asking when are they getting their minor, when are they getting their minor. As Rick said, this guy doesn't sleep. He's on calls with manufacturers all day, all night. Trust me, everything possible is being done to get minors in people's hands as soon as possible. And like he said, we have some orders that came in. So anyway, and then the last part here, we have, you know, the growing of your network, right? The ability to invite others to iHub to grow the network, to increase their reward potential. So it's not just about, you know, signing up and reserving a minor. It's really about growing the network. This is where you increase your reward potential. This is where the earnings really come in, and this is where the value really is. So the ability to join, and we'll talk about it in a second. We have that crucial video, right? I mentioned that even we show this same video just in case they haven't taken the time to watch it. And this video, I'm sure we played it, right, Rick and Chuck, you know, on some of our webinars, but you guys can see this in the Getting Started training, and it's a good high-level overview of what is Helium, what is a hotspot, who does it, what, you know, how does it benefit the world, what are devices are connecting to it, what is the iHub Global opportunity, what is the process. And so this is a really, really great video in understanding just about everything. One of the major things that people ask, and really, you know, they want to know that this is something that is safe, that it's secure, that it's legal, that there's no health risk. And we really taken the time to just make sure that in a simplified way, that this is something that people shouldn't even be concerned about. There's such high level oversight of Helium and hotspots and manufacturing. There's the government, you know, we have the FCC and government entities overseeing the hardware, ensuring there are no health risks, ensuring there's no potential security threats. This is a safe, secure opportunity, and we want to be able to share that with anyone that you might want to be bringing in, right? That's the last thing. If somebody asks you, well, is putting a hotspot in my home safe? It's not an easy question to answer unless you have the right answers. Well, they're right here for you guys in simple, plain English. And then we have here a really powerful video that was developed by Helium that gives a lot more real world examples of what hotspots are doing, how they interact with the network and all of that other stuff. So this is one of, I don't even know how many of these we can pump out. We want to give you guys landing pages that are geared towards specific industries, right? That you can share with specific, you know, with a doctor or a lawyer, something that might make this more relevant to them. There is no limit here, guys. With the fact that now we have the proper support system in place and that we're migrating the registration process over to Helium Track, right? And by the way, with that process, I'm going to make this super, super clear. Okay. We have 3 different systems, right? I'm sure everybody knows this, and it could get a little confusing. We know that. We have Helium Track. We have the iHub back office. We have the commission back office. And these are 3 different systems that are sharing information, right? And you might change your username in this system, and then it didn't get updated in this system, or you might have to, you know, change your email. And guess what? We had this spider web going on. No more of that. With this process, everything is going to be moved into Helium Track. So your account in Helium Track will be the place where you can manage your personal information, your contact information, see your sponsor information, update your you know, whatever information you need to will be done in Helium Track. No more here, no more there, one place. And Helium Track will make sure that if still needed, every other system will get that information very accurately without issue. So this is kind of a 3-part migration. We have the registration, and let me show you kind of what this looks like. So when you click on Join iHub Global, we really, again, stress this is we do this for you guys. We want to make sure that when you're bringing someone into iHub Global, that they understand what this is, right? We have a lot of people coming in that don't fully understand, and that's what's kind of crippling, you know, our support system, because they're not getting the right education. So we're giving it to you guys. There's no excuse anymore, you know, for people coming in and don't have the right tools, right? We're getting support tickets saying, how do I reserve my hotspot? It just doesn't, it shouldn't happen. So with that said, if they have watched a video, they click yes, sign me up. And this is what the new registration page will look like. It's super clean. And this is all now, you'll see it's all built into Helium Track, right? It's not on iHub Global, although this is going to make sure that you'll see here it has the sponsor information. This will, again, the reason we're doing this is to make sure that we have better control, that we can deliver marketing tools and everything else that you guys are going to need, and make sure that it's done in the best possible way with the latest cutting edge technology. Okay, guys, so that 3-step process is our registration is moving over here. Actually, kind of, let's say 4-step. Registration moving over, new landing pages, right? That's going to be, we're going to be popping these out for you guys. We're going to have your account information, which is going to be managed in Helium Track now, and making sure that all your updated information gets into the new, into the other systems. And the 4th step also is we're going to make sure, okay, we're going to test it very well. We're going to make sure that every link that you've ever used, right? It could have been a landing page link, could have been an affiliate link, right? Your affiliate link for iHub. We're going to make sure that it gets redirected properly to this process, so that, you know, if you have a link that's posted on your Facebook page, it doesn't matter. It'll go to the right place, and it's going to use the latest process for you guys. So we're very, very excited. The sky is the limit here. This is my passion. This is what I love. I want to give you guys amazing, streamlined tools to help you bring the next person in, because that's what I want to do as well, right? So that's kind of where we're at, and we'll keep you posted. Check out the support center, check out the news and updates in the support center, because that is where I am going to be posting the latest information. That is where the support team is going to be focused on getting the latest training to you guys. And that is our way to communicate with you guys. So we're really excited, and we look forward to your feedback and everything else. So thank you.
Wow, great job, Eric. Impressive. You guys, again, hats off to you guys and everything that you guys are doing. It's amazing how fast you're moving. And this now, just to clarify, this is going live when? The support system's live now, correct?
Support, yes, absolutely. Thank you. So support system is fully live. Okay. The new ticket system will be done, I would say, mid next week. Okay, tentatively. And the new landing page and registration process will be live on this coming Tuesday. So we have Labor Day. It's a bit of a kind of half weekend, I guess you can say. We want to take the time to test this, right? We have everything done. And I also want to talk about one more thing, Rick, that's really important. Obviously, there was an issue known of some mix-up of information. If you are one of these people that have experienced this issue, I want to let you know that we absolutely have corrected the issue. It's going to get synced live with this change. Okay. So if you are seeing anything that doesn't look right, okay, as far as user information or something like that, trust me, we have visibility on every single record. And when we push this new registration process on Tuesday, okay, might be the end of day Tuesday, but we'll send out an email. We'll make sure it's posted in our news and announcements section. But all of those user changes will get corrected with this change. They all come together. Your new account section, right, to manage all your information. This landing page, the new registration page, the redirection of all your existing affiliate links. All of this is going to come together, and we're going to make sure it's tested super, super well so that we get it out there and you guys can enjoy it.
Great job, Eric. Again, hats off to you guys. Incredible work. And we got a lot of stuff going live next week, and it's going to be exciting. I just want to kind of prefix next week, all right? Because Thursday, we are going to be announcing, this next Thursday, we're going to be announcing our first live event, okay? We are going to have an event here. It's going to be in Las Vegas. It's going to be very limited as far as people because of COVID and so forth, but we are going to be broadcasting that live virtual stream in multiple languages across the globe. So, and some great information is going to be coming out, guys. We realize that everybody wants to get one of these in their hands right now, right? If we had these, we would ship out to everyone on this call, everyone globally, but there's just none in the marketplace. There's a huge supply chain issue, and we've been able to capture a lot of the supply that's on the Helium network. So we're excited about that. And I appreciate what you said, Eric. We are talking even at the manufacturing level now for our own miners. And so we're working on the things behind the scene, guys, but this is a hurry up and wait situation. It really is, guys. It's a pre-build. You get an opportunity to pre-build something that literally could change your life in the future. And we want to encourage you guys, but continue to be patient. One of the things that Eric said that we've really put a lot of effort into is we want to make sure when people come in, they're educated. Now, we never anticipated 500,000 people in 4 months. We just didn't have that anticipation. You guys have done an incredible job, and it's such an appealing project, and it's very, very exciting and life-changing. It really is a life-changing opportunity. So you guys, some of you guys are in different countries. Helium's not even there yet, but we're giving you guys a tool to pre-build your cities, your towns, your country, and down the road, whether some might be a year down the road for some of you, might be a year and a half down the road for some of you before Helium opens up and we have miners there. For some of you, it's going to be a few months away, but whatever it is, guys, take advantage of the opportunity. And one of the things we're focused on right now in iHub is launching some new products, okay? Some other products that will sustain us, that are going to be in line of what we're doing right now, but you guys can make money along the way while we work on it. So we're working very, very hard on that. We've got some incredible things in the pipeline, and I can't even tell Chuck because I'll let the cat out of the bag. So, but a lot of good things are happening. And next week, you're going to meet some of the new people coming on board with iHub. I think you're going to be extremely excited about it. And so with that, Chuck, I'm going to give it back to you. We're already at the hour just about, but great job tonight, Eric. Continue the great work. Hats off to you and your staff. Make sure that we give them kudos, and we'll see you in Vegas very soon. Back to you, Chuck.
Real good. Hey, guys, Eric, and I just, again, want to commend you and your team for doing all the work, because Rick is one of those guys that does change things often, right? And he moves things in, and it's always it's a very fluid thing. So, and Rick, you're right about that. I mean, I've never been known to keep a secret. So the one guy you don't want to tell to keep a secret is me. So that's a good thing. So he knows me too well after 25 years. So guys, I mean, this is, and this will be, and I talk about it all the time, a life-changing event for so many people. I mean, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the globe, as we build out this global wireless system, and as Helium and the pros that are over there continue to add more and more things that we can't even think about right now, that are in the pipeline that will be part of this, and we're going to get paid on all of that. So that's what Rick was saying. No matter where you're at in the world, it's time to plug in, get educated. And, Eric has done a great job of putting things up in, lots of different languages. I mean, I'm on the chat, talking to people about, all the various languages, and I'm just applaud him and his team for, doing all of this. And little did we think, and Rick is right, little did we think that we'd have 500,000 affiliates 4 months down the road. But it's because of the model. It's because of the timing. Rick was talking about shortage of chips, right? Well, hey, General Motors on the news tonight just announced General Motors is shutting down their entire assembly line, right? Every car, every truck, none of them will be built because of chip shortages, right? They can't get the products to build the cars, so everybody's going home. So our supply chain partners are doing an incredible job, putting things together. We're one of the few companies that are getting products and getting them shipped out. I know everybody's been patient, like Rick said, we're working very hard in the background. So hey, this video obviously will be up in the system, right? Up in the system on heliumtrack.app. You'll be able to go there and get to see everything. It'll also probably be posted in a few other places. We'll figure that out as we move forward. Probably our Facebook page and a couple other places. But we will have a Labor Day Monday evening opportunity call, Zoom, like we always do. I mean, it's a great time. You're going to be with family and friends and doing all of those things. And by 9 o'clock at night, what a great place to meet. Just come dressed as you are, right? Come any way you are, and come and hang out with us. So for the 1,000 people that were with us here this evening live, we appreciate your time, your attention, and that means the world to us. So with that, Rick, anything else?
No, great job, guys. Appreciate everybody. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend.
Great, guys. Have a great day.